It is dark. It is creepy. Halloween is itching closer and closer. One of my least favorite times of the year minus the candy, mainly just because I grew out of Halloween. But regardless of that, I'm here and I am getting ready to turn up on a Thursday. And you best believe I checked the mic and it damn sure sounds right, boy. That could only mean that, ladies and gentlemen, I'm the one and only DJ Storms, and I would like to welcome each and every single one of you to another succulent, tasty, glorious stream across 6 different accounts, 4 different platforms, as of course, you already know who I am, Mr. Controversy, and the operator of the best damn Twitter handle, no. Wow. Woo! You know what that is? That right there is the smell of pure fucking excellence. Wait for it. Wait for it. To mankind! And this is the official rundown for NXT Halloween Havoc 2022, which of course, streaming live this Saturday on the Peacock. Get your mind out of the fucking gutter, okay? You absolute disgusting pigs. Please get your mind out of the gutter. Anyway, I know many of you forgot that NXT Halloween Havoc is on Saturday because the NXT product sucks. Let's be real here. The NXT product is complete dog shit. I probably have more fun picking up my own dog shit after a nice morning walk than I actually do watching NXT. Is what it is. But regardless, we're still here. It's a nice chill stream. We're here to talk pro wrestling. And we're going to have a good time. You always are going to have a good time with DJ Storms. Still got a little bit of a cough, but I'm managing. I am managing. Now, a couple things. First of all, if you guys do not already know the drill, I will not be streaming this Saturday because I have a big family weekend ahead of me. I got my sister's confirmation on Saturday, so there will be no Lightning Flash update. So this will kind of act as an LFU as well as a rundown. I do have some news, rumors, and reports that I want to go through before I talk about the matches that will be happening on Saturday. On top of that, it is my mother's birthday on Sunday. So there'll be no Sunday stream. There'll be no rewind for NXT Halloween Havoc because, let's be real, who gives a fuck about NXT? No one in this chat gives a fuck about NXT. They're just watching because I'm DJ motherfucking Storms. Let's be real here, okay? Regardless, I greatly appreciate every single one of you. You guys are great. We got Normal Guy, baby. Appreciate you. We got Next Shift, Randy. Appreciate you as well. We got Peanuts. We got Jeff A. KC. I'm sorry. Ain't no Chiefs support over here. We are Giants Nation all fucking day. 5-1, motherfucker. Just letting you know. We also got DD. Appreciate DD joining me. As always, DD is fantastic. We got Shooter. Gotta love Shooter. Shooter's fantastic as well. But we're going to have a good time. Paul is also here. Shout out to him. You guys are fantastic, and I greatly appreciate a nice solid crowd. Nice solid crowd for the Thursday stream. I know it's a rarity. It is a rarity, but I appreciate you guys showing up and showing out as per usual. Please remember, no LFU on Saturday. I will be back next Saturday on October 29th for the LFU. And then, of course, we got Crown Jewel coming up in 2 weeks. I will be doing a rundown, and I will be doing a rewind. I'm debating whether or not I want to do an early LFU that morning or not. There was a successful early LFU not too long ago for WWE Clash at the Castle, so maybe I might do it. We'll see. But before we get into what we need to get into here, I actually want to shout out one of my friends, one of my followers, one of my fans. Her name is Brittany K, and she is actually a fantastic graphic designer. She actually sent me some graphic designs that she wants me to reveal to everyone here. If you guys need anything graphic design related, you need to go to Brittany K. Brittany K is fantastic at what she does. She has a natural gift when it comes to graphic design. So I wanted to show everyone what she has over here. Look at this. We got this Bray Wyatt design, a perfect design of Scarlett and Cross. Bray Wyatt when he just came back. And then my personal favorite, The Undertaker, because The Undertaker is an absolute fucking beast all year long. So people, if you need some graphic designs, you need to take a look at Brittany K. Brittany K, you can find her on Instagram. Find her on Instagram at Brittany K Designs. That is Brittany K Designs. No spaces, no caps, no underscores. You can also find her on Twitter at Brittany K 5150. That is Brittany K 5150. No underscore, no spaces, no nothing. One more time for everyone to see here. We got the Bray Wyatt return mask. We also got Cross and Scarlett. Bray Wyatt coming out with his new lantern, and then The Undertaker. Again, my personal favorite design, just because I love me some fucking Undertaker, because The Undertaker is an absolute beast. Still to this day has the greatest matchup of all time and in WrestleMania history against Shawn Michaels at WrestleMania 25. So once again, people, if you need graphic designs, she is fantastic. She's an absolute fucking natural. Check her out on Instagram at Brittany K. That is Brittany K, K-A-Y Designs on Instagram, and Brittany K, K-A-Y 5150 on Twitter. That was number one. Number two, Kevin Nash. Seems like Kevin Nash can't catch a break, and it is really, really heartbreaking. Kevin Nash and the Nash family, they revealed that their son, Tristan Nash, he recently passed away this week at just 26 years old. Now, I'm not a fan of Kevin Nash. I haven't been a fan of Kevin Nash for quite a few years for obvious reasons, which I'm not going to get into here because, quite frankly, it is completely fucking irrelevant to the point, and it's completely inappropriate to get into this now. I was never really a fan of Kevin Nash as the years went on, but I can't help but feel bad for the guy. I really can't help but feel bad for the guy. He went from losing his best friend in March to losing his son. His son was only 26. Think about that, 26. I am going to be 24 in April. I'm not that far off from 26. We recently just lost Sarah Lee this month at just 30. The more and more I see shit like this happen, the more and more I wake up to the fact that life is a very, very fragile thing. Life is a very, very fragile thing, and it could end like that. It could legitimately end within the snap of someone's fingers. And it is legitimately heartbreaking to see a guy like him who was doing great work with his son on his new podcast as well. And now he's not going to be able to have that opportunity anymore because his son is no longer here. I can't imagine what that man is going through. And I legitimately would not wish that upon anyone. I know that there's a lot of people out there that are watching me that they have children of their own, and they would never want to see their children die before they do. I cannot imagine what Kevin Nash's family is going through, and the only thing that I can tell you, the same thing I told you when Sarah Lee passed away, tell the people that you care about that you love them, because you do not know when it could just all end within the snap of a finger. You really do not know how quickly something like a young person's life, a young 26-year-old man, gone. You don't know how lucky that we have it. The people that are watching this stream right now, me, we all don't even know how lucky we have it to be alive, breathing right now, doing what we do, talking about things that we love, hanging out with people that we love, doing whatever it is that we do. We don't know how lucky we are. I know we complain about going to a fucking office job every day. We don't know how lucky we are that we went on a fucking highway and we made it to work safe. Or we got to work and we sat down in our chair and we walked out of work and drove home and walked right back into the same exact home that we left at 7:30 in the fucking morning. We don't know how lucky we are. Tell the people that you care about that you love them, hug them, tell them how much you care about them, and make every single day worth it, because you really do not know how quickly that it could be taken away. Really. My thoughts and prayers go out to Kevin Nash and the entire Nash family. Please make sure that if you haven't already done so, please make sure that you are following me on all platforms, social media, including Twitter and Instagram at HistoryMakerDJS. That is at HistoryMakerDJS on both Twitter and Instagram. Please make sure that you are adding me on Facebook if you haven't already done so. For collaborations and business inquiries, please send me an email. My email is, of course, StormsTakeOver@gmail.com. Like the official DJ Storms business page, and I may just send you an invite to join the official DJ Storms posse group on Facebook. That is, all of those links are in the description. Of course, you can also check out Hardcore Sports. Hardcore Sports, we are booming. We are 13, that is right, 13 subscribers away from hitting 200 subs over on the Hardcore Sports YouTube channel. So check it out right here. We're also streaming live on the Hardcore Sports YouTube channel. We're streaming live on Hardcore Sports Twitter right over here at Hardcore Sports N. Check us out on Instagram at Hardcore Sports Network. And we're streaming live on the Twitch channel right there, Hardcore Sports 1. I see my girl Lisa just entered the chat. Shout out to Lisa Wardlow. She's fantastic at what she does. She's a great graphic designer in her own right. So shout out to Lisa Wardlow tonight here on the stream. Please make sure, if you haven't already done so, I don't know what you're waiting for, but if you're coming on in, hit the like button. You got to hit the like button. I mean, I'm doing a Thursday stream. I'm not doing it LFU because I got a big family weekend. So the least you can fucking do is hit the like button on the stream right now. That's what I need. Earl Cole is also in the chat right now. So shout out to Mr. Earl Cole Bay. Shout out to him. And you're just in time, Earl. Just hang tight. Please make sure if you haven't already done so, share the stream out on all platforms, social media. I'm talking about Twitter, Instagram, Pinterest, Facebook, Tumblr, Snapchat, the TikTok. Everyone needs to share it out on any type of social media platforms that you may have, because that way we get more people in here. More people come on in. They know about DJ Storms. They know about Hardcore Sports, and they are witness to the greatest man that ever lived, which of course is yours truly, DJ motherfucking Storms. You already know the drill, people. Come on. And when you're sharing it out, hit the subscribe button, whether it be on my channel or the Hardcore Sports channel. Hit the subscribe button over on my channel, then go over to the Hardcore Sports channel, which we're streaming live on right now, and hit the subscribe button over there. Then, of course, which is the most important part, when you hit the subscribe button, Hit that notifications bell with a huge coup de grace, because that way you will know whenever I pop up on YouTube. Because whenever I pop up on YouTube, baby, it is the best time to be on YouTube. And do you know why? Because it's the only time that you won't see this glorious sideburn chin strap combo. Holy shit! Wait a minute. Earl wants to get a front row seat. Earl wants to get a front row seat to this shit. All right, you know what? I'm feeling in a generous mood. Hang on one second. There we go, right over here. I'm feeling a generous mood. So, Earl, do you know what time it is?
Yes, I do. That comb.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do. It's always time for that comb. It is just go for it, my friend. Go for it.
We're going to light it up. Oh, we're going to light it up. Right here on the channel with a little and a dash of and a whole lot of because like Campbell's tomato soup and grilled cheese, just like a tender sirloin steak, cooked medium, of course, just like a nice sweet pack of Swedish fish on Halloween night, with a side of Snickers and Tic Tacs and Twix. I'm just so good. Everybody wants a piece of the Stormsmeister. I am happy to see that Earl decided to join the open forum. So, Earl, how are you doing tonight?
I'm doing well, DJ Storms, and I just want to remind everyone that because of illnesses and everything else, DJ Storms couldn't be on my show the last time, so we are going to do it again. DJ Storms is coming on my show on November the 10th, and we're going to light it up on the wrestling experience. Um, for most of you who don't know who I am the host of the wrestling experience each and every Thursday. I'm also the host of the Raw Watch Along, which happens every Monday. And of course, now just a reminder, just a programming note, because of my mother's birthday next week, I will not be on the air next Thursday night. But the Raw Watch Along will happen this Monday. So tune in for the Raw Watch Along. And Lisa, it is very good to see you. Long time no see. Been a very long, lengthy absence. Nice to see you in the chat. DJ Storms, I hope that you're feeling well.
Just a little bit of
I
a
hope
cough,
you.
but I'm hanging in there. I'm hanging in there. Just a little.
I want to wish you and your lovely family hello from the Brooklyn Bridge to New Jersey. So want to say hello to that. Now, last night, ladies and gentlemen, we did go over AEW Dynamite. If you missed my show, you can watch the encore presentation of my show, and it will be available on the Hardcore Sports Network and, of course, my YouTube channel. So that is what is going on in my cookpot.
Now, before we get into what we're going to get into here, obviously we'll talk a little bit about Halloween Havoc and stuff like that. I've been watching NXT. I've been keeping up to date, but obviously, they're trying to throw out some decent wrestling on there, but it's going to take a while for that show. It's really going to take a while just because of how badly Vince and Bruce killed it. But we got some news and rumors to talk about because, again, I'm not going to be live over the weekend, so I figured we'll talk about some top-tier news and rumors right here. We'll start off with an interesting topic. According to WrestleNomics.com, the 2023 Day 1 Premium Live event has been canceled, and it is not being rescheduled. This was originally supposed to take place on Sunday. That is right, Sunday, January 1st, 2023. However, it has been canceled, and Dave Meltzer of F4WOnline.com noted that the January 1st date for Day 1 hadn't been finalized. Tickets were supposed to go on sale September 23rd, and as of right now, there is no premium live event set between Survivor Series on November 26th and the Royal Rumble on January 28th of next year. Now, I'm going to tell you this right now. I don't mind this. I actually think that this is a very good idea because no one really puts professional wrestling as an appointment time during the Thanksgiving and the Christmas season. Now, mainly throughout the last 3 months of the year, because October, November, and December are the worst months for pro wrestling because those are the 3 biggest holidays of the year. But regardless of that, between Thanksgiving and New Year's, no one really cares about pro wrestling, and they're trying to just enjoy themselves, spend time with their family, get ready for the holidays. This is a great move because now it gives WWE more of a build between Survivor Series and the Rumble, and they have the opportunity to make Raw and SmackDown feel a little bit more important. So this move is actually a very, very good move. I got no issue with this whatsoever, but I want to get your thoughts and opinions on this, Earl. What do you think about this?
I've been reading it all through the internet. Last week I read about it, and I think that first of all, I think when it comes to January, the WWE should really focus on the Royal Rumble. They should not be focusing on 2 different pay-per-views in January. It's just too much. It's way too much for us to even go through. I mean, we have the day one pay-per-view on the 1st of January. Then we have the Royal Rumble at the end of the month. Why would you do that? Like, why would you shoot yourself in the foot by overtaxing the talent by doing 2 pay-per-views back to back? It doesn't make any sense. I'm glad that the move happened. Because it's the right decision. Now we can focus on the Rumble. You can focus on, because the Survivor Series is WWE's final pay-per-view offering of 2022. So this will now culminate into them focusing on the Rumble. You can make the matches make sense now. You could make the Rumble make sense. You could make the Royal Rumble winner make sense. So this is the thing that they need to do, and they need to focus on it. And I think that this is a right move. I applaud the decision by Triple H and management. I think this is great. This will just make the talent rest up and get ready for the Rumble.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So we're pretty much on the same wavelength right there. We'll move on to the next report here. Fightful Select. They reported that both Bobby Fish and Anthony Green, formerly known as August Gray when he was in NXT before he got fired, they were both backstage at a recent NXT live event. Those that spoke to Fightful confirmed that both men are still on very good terms with the WWE. Now, I saw the whole clip with Bobby Fish on Impact, which was just absolutely sad. And it's sad in multiple ways, but I don't think that Triple H is really going to hire Bobby Fish back if he's working for Impact, and especially considering that the value with Bobby Fish is with Kyle O'Reilly and Red Dragon. That's the value with them. And then Green, listen, Anthony Green, I think he's a very good pro wrestler, but I don't really see him going too far. Now, granted, he would be the right man to sign in a situation like this because he's an experienced pro wrestler, and that's exactly what they fucking need down in NXT. Half of those people shouldn't even be on TV because they suck. It's like I'm watching backyard wrestling on Tuesday nights. It's ridiculous. But I don't know what could come of this, but quite frankly, I don't really care because right now NXT, they're trying, but they're not in any position in which I'm going to go say, wow, I'm going to go out of my way to watch NXT. I'm merely watching NXT at this rate to just keep up to date with everything that's going on and make sure I know everything that's happening in and around the wrestling world, even on Tuesday nights, which they have the worst show on TV, which is NXT. But regardless, I don't know what you think about that. What do you think could come of this?
I mean, I don't know. I mean, when they transformed NXT to 2.0, I was turned off. I was totally turned off, and I don't know. I don't even know what to make of that story. To be honest with you. NXT is terrible. I've stopped watching it a long time ago. I pulled
That's
the
why you
plug.
got me. That's why you got me to tell you how bad it is.
Yeah. I pulled the plug on it a long time because they got rid of the in your house promos. They got rid of the live event in the arena. They got rid of the takeovers. It's bad. It's bad. They're not even going to different arenas anymore and taking the company somewhere else. It's a mess. It's a hot mess. And I don't understand why they don't want to change the formula. I don't understand why they won't change the format and do the takeovers again. I think that the takeovers were very successful for NXT, and I don't understand why are they just taking the formula and throwing it in the toilet and flushing it? Doesn't make any sense.
I don't know. I don't know. We'll see what Saturday produces. I'll be watching it. I'll be live tweeting. We'll see what happens. We're going to move on here. It was reported that this week Triple H had tested positive for COVID-19. That was reported by Mike Johnson of PW Insider. He also reported that Road Dogg was actually backstage at Raw and he was overseeing the show. Bruce Pritchard was not backstage. Thank Christ. Because we actually got a pretty decent Monday Night Raw. We got a nice brawl with Bobby Lashley and Brock Lesnar. We had Seth Rollins and Matt Riddle in a very good match in the main event for the U.S. title. We also had Mustafa Ali getting some more TV time, which I'm very pleased about. We had the OC making their in-ring return to the WWE. And it looks like we're going to be getting OC and the Judgment Day at Crown Jewel, which I'm very much appreciative of because usually...
Yeah, that match was official.
Yes, usually Vince McMahon, he would take a fucking vacation. Well, let's be real. Vince McMahon took a vacation every fucking week. He didn't give a fuck about anything. WrestleMania, he didn't give a fuck. SummerSlam, he didn't give a fuck. Survivor Series, he didn't give a fuck. Crown Jewel, he didn't give a fuck 24/7, 365. But now that Triple H is in charge, these Saudi shows, it's not a fucking walk in the park. It's not a vacation where they can bask in the sun and fucking tan. No. He's building a decent little show for everyone before Survivor Series, which I'm very much appreciative of. So I appreciate the effort from Road Dogg. It wasn't as good as if Triple H was backstage, but nevertheless, it was still a decent little episode of Monday Night Raw for what it was, and it looks like we could be getting some solid action going into Crown Jewel as well, which I'm very happy about. Do you care to comment on this, or would you like to move on?
No, Triple H got COVID. Okay, so he got the COVID. He ran Raw. I did the Raw watch along this past Monday night, and me and Jeffrey, we thought that the show was solid. It wasn't a spectacular Raw. It wasn't something I want to see again, but it was decent. It was decent. It was good stuff. It was good TV. It was compelling TV. We got some Crown Jewel matches out of it, which I'm happy about, and yeah, Raw was solid, and I gave it a thumbs up. It was okay.
So from there, let's switch our focus now to pay-per-views and premium live events. Brian Alvarez of Wrestling Observer, he actually stated that WWE will be making some changes to premium live events in 2023 concerning specifically more international shows and less gimmick shows. Now, I don't necessarily mind the gimmick shows because, again, Triple H is in charge, and he would put effort into the shows regardless. Extreme Rules was a very solid show. Not the best, but it was very, very solid. It was actually very, very wildly popular among the internet. Had over almost 3 million interactions on social media. Probably the most out of any Extreme Rules pay-per-view ever. So I appreciate it. But I think that Triple H, what he's trying to do, he's trying to really make the pay-per-views mean something again, and I very much appreciate that. More international shows, giving the fans an international flavor with what's going on in WWE. Clash at the Castle was a huge fucking success. That was the best pay-per-view that WWE's put on all year. Fantastic fucking show. Yes. So they really do a lot with the international shows, and I'm very pleased to see that some changes are being made, and I look forward to seeing what Triple H is going to do, because Triple H, he has created so many great things over the course of X amount of years that I know for a fact he's going to create some even greater things going into the future, especially with the less gimmick shows and the more international shows. So, what are your thoughts on this, Earl?
I think that this is a great move because one of the complaints, one of the number one complaints, that WWE international fans wanted, they wanted to see WWE more. The WWE hardly goes international. They hardly do it, and when they do go on tour, it's a very short tour because they have to turn around and come back to the United States and do their obligations here. So I think that this is a great move by WWE. I think that this is fantastic. I think the more international shows that they put on is the more eyeballs that they can get internationally, and maybe they get more TV deals and they get lucrative contracts, and they make the most revenue outside of the United States. So
Yes.
it is a win-win situation for everyone. You bring a big show to a big city overseas, like Sheffield, England, or Madrid, Spain, or something like that, and then you make a pay-per-view out of it, and you make the money, and you tear the house down with great matches. I don't see anything wrong with it. I have no issues with that whatsoever. Um, because the thing is that when you want to produce a gimmick pay-per-view, it's kind of hard to do that because the matches have to make sense. The feud has to make sense. The way you producing it has to make sense. And sometimes it just doesn't work. AKA look what happened to Ronda Rousey match.
I mean, that
So
was a different story because Ronda Rousey fucking sucks. Everything else was fine.
right. But this is a good move. I have no issues with it. I have no issues with it.
So from there, let's move on to our next report here. I got a report from Fightful talking about the new Viking Raiders vignette. We've seen them on SmackDown, and it was reported by Fightful that they have indeed been featuring Sarah Logan. Now, Sarah Logan is back, and she looks like she's going to be the new manager for the Viking Raiders. I wanted to hand this over to you first. What are your thoughts on this, and what could this mean for the Viking Raiders and Sarah Logan going forward?
A reincarnation of character.
Mm-hmm.
It is vital at this point to try to put the Viking Raiders in a right spot when it comes to the booking. They needed that spark. They needed something. And Sarah Logan coming back to WWE is great. I love the way Triple H is righting the wrongs for these people that got fired or released for no good reason. I like the way Triple H just steps in and says, you know what? Everybody deserves a second chance, and now he's going to give these people a second chance, and they're going to book them correctly. So I have no issues with that whatsoever. She's going to come in as the valet for the Viking Raiders. They're going to become more vicious than ever, and who knows? Maybe they go after the Usos this time, and then this time maybe they will be tag team champions. Maybe this will culminate into something great. So I again, like I said, I have no issues with that whatsoever. I think this is great. The vignette was great. They're building them up slowly, and I think it's great.
Yeah, and this is actually a very good role for Sarah Logan as well. And I don't really mean this in a disrespectful manner, but Sarah Logan really isn't that exciting of a professional wrestler. Her being a
No,
valet for the Viking Raiders, especially considering she's married to Eric, that right there
right,
is a much more suitable role for her. So I got
right.
no issue with this whatsoever. We'll see how that plays out, but I'm very, very happy that they're really starting to put a lot more effort into the Viking Raiders and the whole gimmick that they got going on over there. I got a report from AEW's side of the fence. According to Dave Meltzer, it was reported that Ace Steel was officially released by AEW on Tuesday. Now, I expected this. And this was probably the best possible move that they could have made, considering the fact that you don't do what Ace Steel did. Out of everyone that did what they did in the media scrum, obviously CM Punk was in the wrong, number one. But then you got Ace Steel. You're a fucking producer. You don't start pulling someone's hair and throwing chairs at someone's eyes and fucking biting them as if you're taking over the role of CM Punk's dog Larry. I don't understand where this would even come from. Where would it even come from? It's like he honestly thinks that nothing was going to happen to him. So this obviously was coming. This is not shocking at all. This was absolutely the right move to make, and I'd like to believe that going forward, more right moves will be made to take the proper precautions to make sure that everyone involved in this incident is punished properly. I do not see CM Punk returning after Ace Steel's release, and on top of that, I absolutely see the Elite taking a little bit more time off. They'll be coming back later, but I don't see them coming back right now, considering that they have a lot of pending legal issues going on. But this was absolutely the right move to release Ace Steel here.
Yeah, I was, let me just say something. I've always defended Tony Khan in everything that he did with AEW, because a lot of people used to dump on Tony Khan and dump on him, but then in this situation, I have to be on the same bandwagon as everyone else, because Tony Khan, here's the thing that I don't understand. Why is it that you sit there and you punish one wrestler, but then you don't punish the other wrestler? You don't send the other one home. Now you send Andrade home when they had an incident, but you wouldn't send Sammy Guevara home. See,
well,
this is
here's
the
what I
problem.
read to that. Here's what I read up about that. Apparently, Andrade was just sitting and waiting for Sammy Guevara. Sammy didn't do anything. Sammy was just walking to his locker room, apparently, and Andrade walked up to him and just started punching him. That's what I read. Now, I'm not sure how much of that is true, but I understand completely in that scenario. But it seems as though he took Sammy Guevara off of TV for a couple of weeks. I don't see him beating Bryan Danielson, so I'm guessing him losing to Bryan Danielson, that's probably going to be his punishment, because he's not going to be winning any matches or challenging for championships anytime soon. Right. But that's a completely different issue. As far as this issue with what happened with the Elite and CM Punk and Ace Steel, he absolutely did the right decision by releasing Ace Steel and CM Punk off of TV.
Yeah, I agree with this incident, because this incident, I'm not even going to talk about the others, but this incident was a horror show. This was an embarrassment to AEW. This was a black eye to the wrestling industry. And this is what I have a problem with Tony Khan. He's got to stop being friends with his wrestlers. You can't be friends with everybody.
No, you can be friends. You can be friends, but when it's time to be a fucking CEO, then you better be a fucking CEO.
Well, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I mean. You're blurring the lines of friendship and business, and you can't do that. You can't do that if you're supposed to be a professional wrestling company. You can't do that. How are you going to get investors on board? How are you going to get advertisement on board if they keep reading this stuff on the internet? This is not good. This isn't good at all. It's a very embarrassing thing for Tony Khan. And another thing too is, I don't understand what Tony Khan is. Why doesn't he have a PR team? Why doesn't he have a writer team? Why doesn't he have this? Why is his hands in every single facet of the business? You can't do that, Tony Khan. You can't do that. You need teams. You need one team to speak up for the company. You need another team to write for the company. You need another team to do legal for the company. So you need teams. You need teams. And that is the problem with AEW. They have time management issue, and they got management issue, and they got communication issues. They have to clean up their house before they even focus on another organization. And that is the problem with AEW right now.
Well, I'd like to believe that they are actually going to be cleaning up their time management, because Tony Khan actually offered some positive news. He confirmed on Sports Illustrated that we will have news about Ring of Honor weekly TV shows very soon. He stated, and I quote, "We'll have great news soon about Ring of Honor weekly shows. The success of Death Before Dishonor on pay-per-view has ensured that there will be more Ring of Honor pay-per-views." And this week they actually announced Final Battle for Ring of Honor, which is taking place on December 10th, 2022. And that will be the final Tony Khan produced pay-per-view of 2022, which I very much appreciate them doing the Final Battle pay-per-view, which should be a great fucking show. I cannot wait for that. And this is also a great thing because now this offers more TV time. This is one of the main things I've been saying. More TV time, because now more wrestlers have more opportunities. You can't, and I'm telling you, you fucking can't operate with such a roster like he has. And he has a great fucking roster, and he deserves that great fucking roster, but you cannot fucking operate with a roster like that and only 3 hours of TV. You need an extra hour or two of TV so you can get more and more people on the show. Now that we're probably looking down the barrel of that, this is going to give more opportunities to people like the Embassy, more people like FTR, more people like Daniel Garcia and Wheeler
Right.
Yuta and Claudio Castagnoli and a Dalton Castle. I was impressed by Dalton Castle this past Wednesday. I wasn't
Right.
sold on him. He fucking sold the shit out of me. I love me some Dalton Castle and the fucking boys. Love it. So now we're going to get that extra opportunity that we need, and more of the younger talent is going to be showcased on Ring of Honor as well. Probably going to have Roosh on there. Probably going to have he might sign Dragon Lee. We could see Dragon Lee on there. We could see Parker Boudreaux on there. We could see Ari Daivari on there. People like that. It's going to be a very, very interesting scenario to sit back and watch. A Willow Nightingale, Penelope Ford. They could get more of a showcase on Ring of Honor as well. A lot of different opportunities can come from Ring of Honor, so I'm very, very happy to hear that news.
Yeah, I'm glad about that. I think and another thing too is they need to produce the pre-shows on their pay-per-views a little bit better. Know what is pre-show worthy and what isn't, and what is main show worthy and what isn't. That is another thing that they have, because in the last two pay-per-views that they had, they kind of made flubber-dubs when it came to the pre-show
I
and
mean,
the
Ring of
main
Honor
show.
was fine. Ring of Honor
No,
was
no,
fine.
no. Ring of Honor was fine. No, Ring of Honor was fine. Um, All Out, the pre-show, some of the matches on there, I did not agree with.
You didn't. You only needed the last two matches on the pre-show. All you
Right,
needed was Kingston and Ishii and Pac and Sabian. You did not need the first two.
right, exactly. That's what I mean. You have to have that skill. You have to know which is pre-show worthy and which isn't.
Well, let me ask you this: who could potentially benefit the most from Ring of Honor getting the weekly TV show? Who benefits the most?
I
Which
I think
superstar, which talent benefits the most?
I think a lot of the talent that's been left behind in the cutting room floor, like you just said, Willow Nightingale. Look how she's blossoming and she's coming out of the woodwork. Sky Blue could get some TV time. There's the list is endless at this point. I mean, there are a lot of people. Dante Martin is another person that could benefit from Ring of Honor. All of these people can get their benefit. They can get their shine on television if they get that Ring of Honor TV deal, because in this way they're not left on the cutting room floor and they're not left in the lower and the mid card.
Yeah. Well, we're going to move away from the news and rumors. That's all I got for now. But I hope that me and Earl, we shed some light on the Ring of Honor rumors and Ace Steel being released and the day one being canceled. I appreciate everyone who's sticking around.
I have a question for you. I have a question for you. According to the PW Insider, going forward, Omos and MVP will become SmackDown, which means that they're going to be feuding with Braun Strowman. How do you feel about that?
I'm the biggest Braun Strowman supporter that you're going to find right now, dude. I said it on my show. This is beneath Braun Strowman. This is beneath him. I was never a real big Braun Strowman guy, but I mean, you're pretty much asking me, you're asking me to care about Omos in any way, shape, or form. Meanwhile, Braun Strowman, who's actually been booked very, very well since his return, now he's being lowered to fighting the Black Great Khali. Just have Braun beat him and let that be the end of it. I could not give a single fucking shit about this. Omos, I listen, I understand Triple H wants to give people a chance and he really wants to try and make the most out of what he's got. But I mean, there's no value in Omos. There's not. It's making MVP look bad. And Lisa, this isn't a fucking Hocus Pocus remake. Stop saying that. Unbelievable. Although I'd much rather watch Jessica Parker in her fucking witch outfit rather than Omos. Because, let's be real, Sarah Jessica Parker in a witch outfit, that's DJ Storms approved. Wink, wink. You can pretty much understand what I mean by that. Regardless, it is what it is, dude. I don't give a shit. Just let Braun beat him and let that be the end of it. Seriously, let it be the end of it. I don't want to see the more that shit I see on my TV, the more I want to put my head on a fucking pillow.
And then another thing too is Omos is as green as goose shit. I mean, I'm sorry, it's just not entertaining to me. I mean, it's not entertaining. I don't know why everybody finds this feud entertaining. It's not entertaining to me. And how many times are we
fine in this? I'm actually on Braun's side here.
I mean, it's just like, like who in the world wants to see this over and over again? I mean, how many times are you gonna have these two wrestle?
I hope one time and Braun Strowman beats him and then that's it. That's what I'm hoping.
Because they're gonna continue it. You know that.
Yeah, God, for the love of God, just do it at Crown Jewel. Have Braun beat him, and that's it. That's it. That's all I want. Let's move on. Actually, let's talk about NXT. The rundown for NXT Halloween Havoc 2022. We got 6 matches. 6 matches scheduled for the show. Now, I'm not going to lie. It doesn't look like a necessarily terrible show. It's like a decent little show. We'll get some decent wrestling on it. But, again, it takes a lot. It's really going to take a lot for me to care about the show. Now, it's Triple H's first time. I'm assuming he's probably going to do whatever he can to, make the most out of it. Do what they can and make sure that in the end they actually do turn out something decent. But again, dude, just the vibe around NXT, it's so difficult for me to care. But we're going to go match by match here. Let's talk about the NXT North American Championship ladder match. It's Carmelo Hayes, Ora Mensa, Wesley Von Wagner, and Nathan Fraser. 5-man ladder match. Winner is the new North American champion, which was vacated by Solo Sikoa, which I don't fucking know why. It made absolutely zero fucking sense. Fucking stupid. But nevertheless, we're getting this. I'm actually going to hand this over to you. Give me your analysis on this, and who do you think is going to come out the new North American champion?
I think the ladder match is gonna be entertaining. I love ladder matches. If it's booked correctly, I love ladder matches. Because ladder matches to me are, when you have a ladder match, it just shows the intestinal fortitude of all the people that are involved in the match. I'm going to say at this point that Carmelo Hayes will win the title. He will climb that ladder and he will take down that belt and he will march forward on Halloween Havoc and become the new North American Championship. Yeah, the match is going to be great. I think the match is going to be compelling. I think all the men are going to bring it. I don't think it's going to be one-sided. I don't think it's going to be. I think everyone will have chemistry in the ring. But I'm gonna go with Carmelo Hayes on this one.
I actually fucking hope he doesn't win. He's actually been appearing on Main Event recently. I actually hope he's getting called up. I would put him with Hit Row. I put him and Trick Williams on the main roster with Hit Row. I would not have him win this match.
Okay.
If you're asking me, this seems like the prime opportunity to put it on Nathan Frazer. Nathan Frazer, I mean, he's probably the second best choice out of everyone in that match. Nathan Frazer, he's got it. Nathan Frazer fucking has it. He's a fantastic pro wrestler. He's like the English version of Johnny Gargano. We're gonna see just how far he can go. You know what? I would give him the North American Championship.
You wouldn't give it to Bron Breakker?
What?
Would you give it to Breakker?
Well, Breakker right now, he's fighting in the main event for the NXT Championship. Breakker's still the NXT champion.
Oh, okay.
So and he's not even in this match. So I would give it to Frazer. I'd absolutely give it to Frazer. We do not need another Carmelo Hayes run. I still don't understand why he won it back from Cameron Grimes. Cameron Grimes got fucking shafted. Cameron Grimes should realistically still be the NXT North American champion, if you ask me.
Right.
Either way, I got Nathan Frazer winning this match. He seems like the best possible choice because you can do a lot with him. The match quality he'll have would actually make the North American Championship mean something. And then Carmelo Hayes, he can go up to the main roster. He's more than main roster ready.
Okay.
We got Roxanne Perez and Cora Jade. This is a Weapons Wild match. Now, I never really cared too much about this feud. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Hold on a second. Hold on a fucking minute. Am I looking at this shit correctly? I think I might be. Holy fuck! I was waiting for you.
I'm here. I was cleaning.
You always fucking clean, but somehow you always tell me that your room is still messy as shit.
Well, come on. I have to handle that business, but I came in to say hello.
Ladies and gentlemen, this right here, this is my friend Jess Earl. This is Jess. She's fantastic.
Hey, Jess. How are you?
Hello. I
greatly appreciate you stopping by. Ladies and gentlemen, we got, this is the first time I've had 3 guests in probably a long time. Three-person stream, probably since the rundown for WrestleMania and NXT Stand and Deliver, all the way back in April, actually during my birthday week. But Jess, thank you for stopping by. How you doing? How was your day?
Interesting.
She was telling me about that. She had a pretty wild scenario at work.
Yeah, I wish I could talk about it, but it was pretty darn crazy.
I mean, like, what? You really think this is gonna hurt my monetization? I don't get paid for this shit.
No, I'm not allowed to talk about it, so I can't talk about it.
Also, I see that your southern accent's starting to come out now. But nevertheless, you're getting DJ Storm's front row seat right here. But I was actually gonna hand this shit over to Earl Cole because we're talking about NXT Halloween Havoc. It's Roxanne Perez and Cora Jade. So Earl, I want to hand this over to you. Who you got in this match? Give me your expertise analysis and all this good stuff. Let me hear it.
Let me ask you a question. Is Cora Jade the one that dressed up in the pajamas? Is she the one that dressed like
you? And my
there's Wendy.
She ain't on this fucking show. I'm making myself cough here.
Pardon my pun. I'm sorry about that.
This is what we do all the time, Jess. This is what we do. This is why my streams are the best fucking streams in the IW.
Yeah, they are.
Start sharing this out. Get some more people in here. See how many fucking trolls you can get in here.
Yeah, exactly.
Storms now.
Yeah. I'm gonna go with Cora Jade. I'm gonna go with Cora Jade in this one, and I think she's gonna win the match. I think the ladies will bring it. Ladies wrestling right now is not as popular as it used to be in wrestling, and then
it sucks.
Well, yeah, I mean it is because of the booking, and the audience is just not into it. At this point in time, I'm just gonna go with Cora Jade, and she's gonna march forward.
I got Roxanne Perez in this, considering that Jade won their last match. Especially considering she's been on the losing end of a lot of matches as of lately. So I'm probably gonna have to pick Perez in this, considering that she is probably one of the best out of the crop of talent that we've had in NXT, especially considering the majority of them they don't know how to fucking wrestle. They don't know a fucking wrist lock from a fucking wrist watch. So if you're asking me, I'm gonna stick with Roxanne on this one. Jade is still green as grass. I mean, she's better as a heel, but, I'm still sticking with Roxanne. And Cora Jade blocked me on Twitter, so fuck Cora Jade. Let's be real. Cora Jade blocked me on Twitter, so fuck Cora Jade.
And why did she do that?
He's block me next, because he's fucking dating Cora Jade.
Oh
God.
So why you're not a fan of Cora Jade?
I said that she shouldn't be wrestling for jack shit. So she probably saw that shit. She probably saw that shit and she blocked me.
Oh, okay.
I don't know NXT, so I don't know who you guys are. I know who Cora Jade is only because of the drama with Darby.
Oh yeah, the whole Darby incident.
Oh, okay.
That's the only reason.
I can't even talk right now. Holy shit,
girl.
Oh,
I don't understand why anyone. Look, the show sucks. I'm just doing it so I could get this shit out here, and then on top of that, I'm not doing anything on the weekend.
It's so bad.
Yeah.
It is. When you got shit like fucking Wendy Chu and the whole sleepy time shit gimmick that she's got going on. Who wants that shit? Who wants that shit? It's so bad. I made Jess go black screen on us.
I'm
All right,
in
anyway.
like 10,000 things, and I have to go mom here in a minute. So,
well, I appreciate you stopping by, and tell Nick Jackson Jr. Tell Nick Jackson Jr. I said hi.
Nick Jackson Jr. My oldest son. Everybody on Twitter thinks he looks like Nick Jackson Jr.
He does. He fucking does.
But everyone else sees it.
Who sees it?
Everybody has said it. You're not the only one. So many.
I know.
I gotta see the picture. I have to see it.
Yeah, I'll have to post it on Twitter, and DJ will have to retweet.
Follow Earl at WWE Earl C. He's a great fucking guy. He's an awesome fucking guy.
All right,
Jess, I appreciate y'all stopping in. I greatly appreciate it. I don't want to keep you.
When I'm not. I said I'll try again next week when I'm not as busy.
No. That's completely fine. But whenever you want to come back on, you can always come on. You can always message me and we'll organize something and we'll talk about something that you actually do watch, probably like AEW, because let's be real, that's real pro wrestling, not like this shit on Tuesday nights.
They're getting better, but I ain't watching Tuesday.
I stuck to the Tuesday Night Dynamite rather than this shit. Let's be real. They were fucking cooking, especially that MJF William Regal promo.
Yeah, that was
a banger.
Yeah.
That was a great promo.
Mm-hmm.
Fantastic. I don't know. I think I might go as MJF again this Halloween. I was going to be Shaggy, from Scooby-Doo, but I'm thinking about going MJF one more time. What'd you say?
It fits you better.
Probably. I mean, I have already. I did it in 2020.
It fits personality perfectly.
You just got to walk in the room. You got to walk in the room with his music, and you got to be as cocky as son of a gun.
I mean, I'm the cockiest son of a gun right now. Everyone, she actually missed my fucking intro. She missed my fucking intro. She missed the you know, That's all Cole's favorite part when I fucking bust out the magic phone right there. Hold on a second. When I bust out this shit, start doing all that. Who else in the IWC combs their mustache, chin straps?
You're right. DJ Storms, that's the only person. I don't. That's the only one I know.
All right.
What were you saying?
You guys have fun. I'll see you
Absolutely. And wait. Before you go, there's a universal question that you got to answer. And I know Earl's going to answer this question later, but everyone needs to know the answer to this question. Jess, who runs the IWC?
Me.
No.
DJ.
Who runs it?
DJ Storms.
You're damn fucking right I do. Yes. You fucking love me, and you know it. All right, Earl, let's get back down to town business here. Let's move on to the next match. We got Apollo Crews and Grayson Waller. This is the spin the wheel, make the deal match. Grayson Waller has been getting the better of Apollo Crews a lot as of lately. They brought down Apollo Crews for a reason. I have Apollo Crews winning this match hands down. Especially considering I do believe that a match with Bron Breakker is on the horizon. I mean, I kind of gave away the ending for the main event, but either way, Apollo Crews is the right man to win this match, and I can see him going up against Bron Breakker and potentially taking Bron Breakker down. I do believe that Apollo Crews will be NXT champion at some point.
I agree with you. I agree with the assessment. I agree. I have no issues with that assessment. So I'm going to go on the same wavelength as you.
So, what do you think the stipulation is going to be? You think it's going to be like a last man standing match or some shit like that? I hope to fucking Christ, after what we've seen on NXT, I hope to fucking Christ it's not an eye for an eye match. Holy shit.
No, I don't think nobody wants to see that. So in other words, they got to spin the wheel and then they get the stipulation. Yeah, I could see it maybe a last man standing match. I can see maybe a tables kind of a thing. I can, I mean, it could be either one of those.
We'll see what happens, but I definitely do believe that Apollo Crews take the win. Should be a decent match. Grayson Waller's very good. I like what he can do, and Apollo Crews, he's always been great. We'll see what happens there, but I think we're Apollo Crews right across the board over here.
Yeah.
We have Julius Creed and Damon Kemp. Ambulance match. If Julius loses, Brutus Creed will leave NXT. Now, this is a rather intriguing match for multiple reasons. Well, first off, I'll tell you what's not so intriguing. I don't really understand why we're supposed to care about a tag team competitor in Julius Creed in a singles match against a guy that no one really gave a shit about to begin with. And that's not saying that Damon Kemp is bad. He's a decent pro wrestler, but there's just no emotional investment within him. Like, why are we going to care about what Damon Kemp can fucking do? He's decent, but there's no charisma to him, even as a heel.
Right.
Now, you got the Creeds, who are probably one of the best tag teams that they have in NXT, probably the best tag team that they have in NXT, and they're more than main roster ready. With the tag team division on the main roster being revamped, is it out of the ordinary to say that Damon Kemp could potentially win this match and the Creeds could potentially get called up to the main roster?
Yeah, I mean anything in wrestling is possible. I agree with the assessment. That is a possibility.
So who do you have here then?
Oh boy.
Do you think that Julius wins just because you think that they could use a little bit more seasoning in NXT?
Yes, I agree with that. Yes. Yeah. I'm gonna pick Julius in this one. Yeah.
I'll probably pick Julius too. It would really wouldn't make too much sense. You know what really they should have done? It should have been Roderick Strong and Damon Kemp versus the Creed brothers. That's what
Right.
it would have been. That would have made more sense.
Right.
Maybe Roderick Strong returns and he fucks over Damon Kemp in the end. We'll see what happens there.
So basically the ambulance matches is you got to strap somebody in the stretcher, and they have to cross the line. That
No.
line.
You have to put him inside an ambulance and close the door.
Oh, you got to put it in. Okay, so they did change it the way. Okay.
You're thinking of a stretcher match.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Right. Okay. All right. That should be intriguing.
So I think the last ambulance. When was the last ambulance match that we saw in WWE? I think it may have been Braun Strowman and Roman Reigns in 2017.
I think something like that. Yeah, I think.
Yeah,
so.
it was at that one pay-per-view. It was at Great Balls of Fire.
I think so. Yeah.
Speaking of fire, we have Alba Fire challenging Mandy Rose for the NXT Women's Championship. Listen, if you're asking me, I mean, Alba Fire is the woman to do this. I really feel as though this show should be a really hard reset for NXT. It really should be a hard reset for NXT. And with Alba Fire winning the championship, that could have Mandy Rose get called up to the main roster with Toxic Attraction. Because let's be real, Gigi Dolan and JC Jane are going nowhere on the main roster on their own because they are. Listen, I would love to have them. I would love to have them, in the same room as me. I'm not going to say which room. I would love to have them in the same room as me, wink, wink. But at the same time, they're not very good professional wrestlers.
Wait a minute.
More times than usual.
Would you? Are they as terrible as Abaddon?
No, I'd say that they're just slightly better than Abaddon, but that's not saying much.
Okay.
That's not saying much because Abaddon is an absolute the drizzling shits, the shittiest of the shitty. But either way, Mandy Rose. Listen, I think Mandy Rose has done a great job reinventing herself, and she's always been pretty decent in the ring. And holy shit, I've been waiting for you all fucking stream. Jess and Roman, I know they're watching me. I greatly appreciate you guys coming on in. And Earl decided to drop on in because it is an open forum tonight here on the channel. Jess and Roman are great, and I hope to see them very, very soon. I'm actually going to see them for Full Gear. I'm having them over this place right here. This is my lair. They're going to be first-hand witnesses to my lair here in the suburbs of New Jersey. It's going to be good. So I look forward to having you guys for Full Gear. But JC Jane and Gigi Dolan, listen, I'd love to have them in the same room as me, wink, wink. But at the same point in time, they're just terrible professional wrestlers. They really are. Now, Mandy, on the other hand, Mandy's actually pretty decent. But her title reign has not been done justice just because of who she's been fighting. You're not going to have a memorable title reign, a good title reign, fighting Wendy fucking Chu at a takeover in one of the worst takeover rated matches of all time. I watched that shit. You realize how fucking disgusting it is to watch a woman wrestle in a fucking onesie over a championship? Yet I'm supposed to take this shit seriously. I'm gonna make myself fucking cough again. I'm getting over a fucking cold, and I still have this lingering fucking cough. The shit that I do for the posse. I swear to God, the shit that I did. And Hologram's in here too. I've been waiting for you, Hologram, to make yourself known. Fucking bastard. That's what I do. This is what happens when I'm not on my normal Saturdays. This is what happens. Shit goes haywire.
Wait, I need a tissue. Hold on 1 second, folks. Oh my gosh.
Oh,
I love being entertained.
That's what I do. I should be in the Jericho Appreciation Society. I am legitimately the epitome of sports entertainment.
Oh
As
my
Daddy
God.
Magic, I would make Daddy Magic's nipples hard. That's what I would. Cracking my own stuff up.
Oh boy.
Great.
Oh my God, my poor spleen.
I'm breaking myself. Holy shit.
Oh my God, this is some Thursday night. I'm telling you.
Shit just went AWOL quickly, man.
Oh man, we went off the rails, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my God.
I'm out of fucking Ludens.
Oh my God.
Anyway. I know, Jess. I do sound like Daddy Magic. I can do his voice. Pretty well. Anyway. But when it comes to Mandy Rose, she's always been decent in the ring, but her title reign's not been too memorable. So I think it's really time for her to, ditch the championship, and it's time to give it to Alba Fire, get that hard reset going for NXT, and then at the end of the day, I'm very aware that I wouldn't say weird. Listen, I wouldn't say weird, but we definitely go off the rails, Jess. That's what I will say.
Yeah.
But either way, listen, don't pretend like you're not entertained. Don't say that like you're not entertained. I'm the most entertaining thing in this shithole of an IWC.
Yes, Jessica.
But either way, let me hand it over to you, Earl, so we can get back on the tracks because we got one more match to talk about after this. How do you see this playing out? Do we get a new NXT Women's Champion?
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. And I'm going to agree with your assessment. I think Fire, she's gonna become the new NXT champion. And I think that's good. And I agree with you. I think Mandy Rose needs to go back to WWE, and she needs to bring Toxic Attraction with her. I think if she was on Raw, she can feud with the Control. That would be interesting.
It's a possibility. I don't see them being in the War Games match if they do, but at the end of the day, Mandy would definitely add, especially to the SmackDown Women's division, because holy shit, they need all the help that they can get.
Yeah, I know. The roster right now is depleted. There is no SmackDown Women's division.
I need something more appealing to look at rather than Omos going, Omos is going to be on SmackDown now. First of all, Hologram, no, I don't smoke weed, and nor do I drink because I'm fucking straight edge. I'm cleaner than a fucking sparkly clean shower after a fucking Pine Sol wiping. If you even use fucking Pine Sol on a shower, I don't fucking know. I don't clean. I don't fucking clean. You know what I use? All I use is Windex for my windows in my room and then Pledge for my fucking furniture. That's all I use. I don't even know what the fuck you use Pine Sol for.
Pine Sol is for floors. You can clean your floors with Pine Sol.
Floor, I'm squeaky clean, cleaner than a floor after Pine Sol. There you go. That's the power of Pine Sol, baby. That's the power of DJ Storms, baby. Either way.
Oh, jeez.
It's too much for me to handle. Shut up, Hologram. I don't know what you use Pine Sol for up until now. Either way, let's talk about the main event before we get out. I can't even finish my sentence. I'm coughing so much. Let's finish this off. Bron Breakker. JD McDonagh and Ilja Dragunov. Triple threat match for the NXT Championship. I'm going to hand this over to you. Give me your expertise analysis on this and your prediction.
I think Breakker will retain. I think he will retain. I don't see these two other men winning the championship. I can't picture it. It's gonna have a great match. Don't get me wrong. I love triple threat matches. I do. I'm a fan of them as long as they are booked correctly and the ending goes the correct way. That's the only thing that I, have a stickler with. But other than that, I have no issues with this match. But I think Bron Breakker is going to retain the championship, and I think he's going to march forward.
Yeah, I absolutely see Bron winning the championship. Now, that's not to say that JD McDonagh or Ilja Dragunov are never going to win the championship, but at this rate, their investment is in Bron Breakker, and he does need a little bit more time in NXT. Just a little bit more time to see where he fits, what he can do, and then once he gets called up, which I assume is probably going to be around the Royal Rumble time. I absolutely see him being in the Royal Rumble at some point. That would be the best route to go, and he could probably be losing the championship sometime at the beginning of next year. Thus, then we would enter into a scenario where he'll get called up, probably after WrestleMania, see what he can do, see how everything plays out. It should be interesting. It should be fairly interesting, but that's how I see everything playing out. It should be a great match. Probably, it could very well be match of the night if they want it to, and I absolutely see Bron Breakker retaining. No questions about it. But ladies and gentlemen, that's all we got. That's all we got. I appreciate Earl for joining me here on the channel for this open forum and the rundown for TakeOver, or not TakeOver yet, but NXT Halloween Havoc. Shout out to Jess, not Jess in the chat, Jess from Colorado. My friend Jess from Colorado actually decided to drop by, and she's awesome. And she acknowledged the king of the IWC. That would be me. So shout out to her. Shout out to everyone in the chat. Thank you to Lisa Hoolgrim, Jess Roman. Thank you to DD. You guys have all been great. Once again, Earl, thank you. I greatly appreciate you joining this open forum.
No problem.
And I look forward to our collaboration on November 10th. I really do. One last thing. Shout out to the crew over at ISPW. Shout out to the crew over at ISPW. They're doing 2 shows in the next week and a half. One of them is Harvest Havoc, which is taking place in Hopatcong, New Jersey, tomorrow at 7:30. I will not be attending, unfortunately, because, again, family weekend. Next week is also a family weekend as well, so I am not going to be attending the Slamoween show, which is in Avenal, but I will be at ISPW Survive, which is on November 11th in Butler, New Jersey. Now, don't worry, I'm not going to trash Butler like Dave LaGreca did. Dave LaGreca, he was there in Butler, and he said it's called Butler because it smells like ass. I'm not going to do that. Trust me, I'm civil. But shout out to the ISPW crew. And thoughts and prayers go out to Danny Morrison as well, who is currently suffering from an injury. I hope that he heals up very, very well. But Earl, any closing remarks before we get on out of here?
As I said before, ladies and gentlemen, I will be back in cyberspace on Monday night with the Raw Watch Along. And of course, like I said before, due to my mother's birthday next Thursday, we will not be on the air. But I will return with the wrestling experience on November the 10th with DJ Storms comes on the show. So tune in for that. I will return with the wrestling experience on November the 10th, and we will bring DJ Storms on, and him and I are going to get in the ring, and we're going to have a lot of fun together, because that is exactly what we do best. And before I go, ladies and gentlemen, before I say goodnight to everyone, I just want to just do this one thing very quickly. Here is the experience.
Now with the hottest show in the universe, the Wrestling Experience, with your host, Joe Cole.
Acknowledge me.
Coming at you with all the dope shit, freshest WWE content, and also the AEW, are now watching The Experience, the Wrestling Experience. Now with your host, Joe Cole.
I dig that shit, man. I may need to get a new fucking intro. I may need to get a new fucking intro because I feel as though you're outdoing me.
No, I will never do that, my friend. But ladies and gentlemen, with all of that being said, I will see you on Monday night.
But Earl, there's one last thing we have to do. Obviously, he's Earl Cole on DJ Storms. This has been the rundown, but Earl, you gotta acknowledge the king. Let me hear it. Who runs the IWC?
DJ Storm.
Yeah, damn right. Who but DJ motherfucking Storms? And we will catch you later.